Hey, what is up? It is September 27th. It is Friday, and the weekend is now here. So, going over the charts here from the trades we had today, plus what I'm looking at going into Monday. So, we had a real nice trading day here today. We're going to start off with the S&P 500. In this first one right here, you see this trade right here. All it was doing the triangle trade. There you have the 1, 2, lower low, higher high. So when price closes below right here, that's signal to go short, with the original target being this yellow line, but that rarely goes down there and gets hit. Usually it switches up into the Fib trades. So that's what I did. So we just put the Fibonacci retracement and extension level on the high of the move, then down to the low after we have the close below the breakout until it hits the 23.6, which it did right there. So that was the entry, and then this was the exit right around here. So the maximum you could have got from this trade right here was about 9.25 points for it. And unfortunately, that was the only one before it went ahead and finished for the day. But going into Monday, for what we have for it is, we have another one set up for it. So we have right here, there's point 1, point 2, point 3. So somewhere down here, if price moves up eventually, say it moves up from right down here where it is right there, and then when it closes above this green line right up here somewhere, that's going to be the signal to go long for it. Again, with the exit, the first exit being the yellow line way up here, and then but more likely it will go down to the Fib retracement levels like I just showed for it. Because eventually this will turn into either an orange or a red semaphore down here, and so that's what we're looking for. And so yeah, eventually that will happen. And that's really the only trade setup we have going into Monday that we are looking at right now. There is another trade. Let me see if this one got into it right here. This one is going to be using the inside pitchfork right here, and this is the inside trade. So you have the point 1, point 2. See, here's point 1. Let me make it a little bigger here. Point 1, point 2, and then within points 1 and 2 are 3 and 4. So 3 and 4 right here are in points 1 and 2. So that's what makes the inside trades. Then we put the inside pitchfork on it, and points 2, 3, 4, and then whichever way it closes from, that's where you get in from it. So let's see, that's where it closes. Okay, so this one unfortunately is already done. So we had it close below here. So you put it from points 3 all the way down to it again, because again the original exit is the red line down here for this trade, but of course that rarely happens. And went up here and hit the Fibonacci trade levels. Actually went up and hit the 1.146. And so this trade, I don't treat it like the triangle trade too much because I have seen it go far away from the other end, but it's still a very interesting trade. And also it hit way up here in the extension level up here, so that moves the exit to the 23.6, which it did, and that one finished right there. So really that was a trade of the day, because I mean if you got in right there, that's a good almost 19-point gain right there for it. But like I said, going into Monday, and put this back up here, the trade we're looking for is going to be this triangle trade when it closes above it. Going in for the Russell 2000, again, I'm not really looking for too much in the Russell 2000 just because I'm in long trade. And one thing I am going to do is switch this up, because I'll talk about the Dow Jones. Let me change this one to a green one. Let me put you to that red color right there. And let's here, save as. Save, yes. Okay. And the reason why is after getting in a Dow Jones trade using this setup, I really like the first entry being the 4.236, because for this setup using the shift pitchfork, this is just the ABCD trade setup. I mentioned this yesterday in the videos. They have A, B, C, and down there's the D and C. There's the D point to it, close below it, and then you just wait for the go down there and hit the white line, wait for the retracements to get hit for it. But anyways, you can see I had been looking at just getting in that 2.618, which came right here. But as you can see, hit the 4.236, and had been going down before we got a little bit of retracement for it. So the exit we have is all the way down here. Let's move this top of the screen box. It's going to be the top of this, the 23.6 level. I always put mine a little bit above it. So that's where you have the exit for it. But this trade can take like 30 business days sometimes for it to complete. So that's where we are right now with it. Then we have the Dow Jones. We are in a current long trade right here. See, there were a couple different trades. I'll tell you what, we'll get rid of. Now we leave this on here. I'll tell you what we'll get rid of. Let's see here. So it's easier to see. So that's just it right there. So let's get rid of this thing right here. Get rid of that right there. And what we'll do is put the ABCDs so I know to go back and talk about this real quick. So we had for the inside pitchfork, because again, here we go. Here's points 1 and 2. And using the red semaphores, there's points 3 and points 4. So those are in there. So we do points 2, 3, 4. Put that on there. You see how price broke above it right here, or not broke, but closed above it right there. And then it actually came back and hit the 20. I think it came back. No, it did not hit the 23.6. So this is one where it's just an extreme breakout because you got to take the low down here for it. Go all the way up here. See, that's where it broke above it. Never came back and hit the 23.6 from this point right there. See that point? It never came down and hit that. And in fact, price just rallied up, hit the red line right there. And so that's the exit. So in the Dow Jones, the best trade of the day was this one right here. That was a good 250 plus point gain right there. But then one thing that we also have in the Dow Jones, because we have another long trade that I'll talk about here in just a second, is this ABCD trade right here. So we go from the high down to where the breakout is. Well, let's put the shift pitchfork back on it. So you can see just that one candlestick right here. Closed below it right there. It's enough to get it in, but never obviously went down and hit the white line before it came back up and hit the Fibonacci retracement areas. So I was looking at this today because this was, what time was it today when it hit this part? Yeah, 9 o'clock. I didn't want to get in there because we'll talk about Nasdaq and oil because it's in those trades. But went up here, went all the way up here and hit the 4.236. So I got in just below it. In fact, I got it in just below 2.618 for an even longer trade. And then the breaks just came off, and we had a big move down right here. So I got a thing on that candle right there from it, just because it's going to the weekend. And I figured if I want to get in again, no problem at all. I can get back in it because we zoom out a little bit. It's an even longer setup. There's an ABCD trade down here, ABCD, which the exit we're looking for is down at the 23.6, so top of that box right there. And this is actually hitting off the 2.618 right here. See that? So it hit off the 2.618 for this even longer trade. It's hitting off the 4.236 of this one. So I figured, this would be a good long-term setup. So really, you could stay in until it down here. But I went ahead and got out for this trade because, like I said, I'm looking at for these longer-term trades instead of getting the 2.618 to get into the 4.236. There we go. That's that. Oil had some nice setups here today. Here's the main one that we had for it. So what we had was, let's see, what about this one? Okay, so this one right here it's in a long, there's a lot going on right here, but here's an ABCD trade in a 5-minute chart right here. Let this get set up right here. This is ABCD trade, see A, B, C, D. You see it's breaking up, never hit the white line right there. And then here is the, here are the Fibonacci retracement levels. Gone down, hit it. Never has hit the target. So there's 1.146. So the exit is the 23.6 going up here, right there. But again, not looking at getting in oil anytime soon until we get into unless it goes down all the way to 4.236. Okay, there goes that. But the trades that we had that were good, day trades today was this trade, and this is one that I was talking about from yesterday. Because here we have the triangle trade 1, 2, 3, and then it goes all the way down here. So we finally got the red semaphore down here. This is the one we're looking for the fourth point for it. So we had price come break out right here, and came down, hit the 23.6 right there. Let's take this off. Never went up to hit the 1.146, which is this line, and kept on going back down. So by the time I woke up and was looking at it from the charts, wasn't around till it's about 7:50 a.m. for it. So I got in right there, had another entry at the 88.6, and so at that point the price is going to be where it's not going to be the 1.146. It's going to be kind of like the high of where it was. So the extreme high would have been about right there. I always get a little bit earlier for it, so I put where that kind of like area was right there for it. And so I was able to got in right there, then just took a profit right there, got in for again right here, and then took it out close to this X right here, and that's what ended that trade right there. So that was the oil trade of the day right there. Let's take all this off because we don't need this anymore. Going into Monday. Let's see if there's anything now. There's nothing really right now that we're looking at for, well, there's this one. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We could look at this one and see. No, see, it never closed below it. So nothing really for oil going into Monday. Last but not least, going into Nasdaq right here. Nasdaq was some great trading here today. Using this one, there's the 1, 2, low 3, high 4 right there. So then we put the, so then when price closed below it, which is right here, right there, we put the Fibonacci retracement level on. See there to there. Price came up right here, hit 23.6. Also hit the 50 level, so I was able to get in right there. I got on this candle at 276.25 because again, like I said, I always have my exits slightly above the hard exit from where it is. And then fortunately, price never went down and hit the 1.146 because that's where the hard exit was at the top of that green box right there. So I was able to get in again right here at the 23.6 line, and then got out once again over here. And so that was it for the Nasdaq. Then just kind of sold off here a little bit the rest of the day, but that was some good trades right there for it. Going into Monday for it, potential A, B, C, D, but we need this to drop down some more because I guarantee this thing isn't going to close below the blue line here. Yeah, it needs a whole lot more to go down for it. Let's see, could there be an ABCD trade this way potentially? I'd need to drop down a whole lot more. So yeah, we're kind of wait and see as well for the Nasdaq. Well, we do have one right here. This is ABCD trade, but if we go ahead and put this on, because I did mark that, yeah, it need to crash a whole lot lower because there's no way I'm getting that. But I think we do have a more, we have a longer term trade right here. But again, I wouldn't get into this thing for the Nasdaq until not in the 4.236 for Nasdaq. It'd have to be probably the 11.89 before I'd get in for the Nasdaq, just because the margin's so high and they keep raising the margin rates for it, and it's how much the ticks are worth are so much more. But anyways, that's it. That's the stuff I'm looking for going into Monday. What happened here on Friday? Like I mentioned right now, really the best trade setup going into Monday currently, which obviously this will change as Monday's charts bars start picking up after the weekend. Is just this one. We're waiting for a move back up here, close above here to get into the SP 500. But anyways, that's that. Have a good one. Thanks. Bye.